We start with breaking news with arrests after shots are fired at the Kansas City Zoo and new video just in of patrons running. Listen to the cell phone video where you can hear the shots fired.
And there are no reports at this hour of any injuries, but we do know this all started when police heard shots fired around 4 o'clock. And then officers at this point have made several arrests related to people who were fighting.
Mitch Weber arrived on the scene shortly after the investigation began. Mitch, I know you spoke with Zoo Director Randy Wistow. What's he saying about this?
Yeah, Mark, this is the second disturbance here at the zoo, the property of the zoo, in the last year. Now, last year it was in April on a Sunday, and so the zoo director told me that they thought they had made changes to move it to a weekday to maybe get around that because they had 27,000 people at the zoo last year when those fights broke out. Now, this year, this was the first free day of the year. Again, last year it was on a Sunday, and that's why they decided to move it to the weekday, and the zoo was prepared today for 15,000 people throughout the day, but 19,000 people turned out. I'm told only by noon only 6,000 people came through the gates, but by 3 this afternoon that number jumped to 19,000, which turned out to be more than they could handle today.
It just overpressed everything, and it ended up we had a lot of people concentrated up towards the front, a little pushing and shoving. That's why we had the police here. You've got a lot of young people. It's spring break. Police were here. They moved some of the disturbances out in the parking lot, told the kids to leave.
We know that stuff like this is going to happen, but I feel like sometimes people come here for the entertainment because they know that people are going to be fighting.
Again, we talked to a lot of young people who were leaving the zoo as we were arriving because of that disturbance. They said they're fed up with this because they want to enjoy the zoo just like everyone else. Now, the zoo is scheduled to close at 4 this afternoon. The zoo did not close because of that disturbance in the parking lot. Now, I'm told that there were still people trying to come through the gates in around 4 when they were closing, but they did give those people free passes for them to enjoy the zoo on another day. Now, tonight at 10, we'll go over some of the possible changes that the zoo might be looking at to avoid something like this happening again on a free day at the zoo. Reporting live from the Kansas City Zoo, Mitch Weber, 41 Action News.